kumaula, kuzomba, kunzimba ndi maprizoni ena onse kuchichiri kuli anthu ena anangobaka nkhuku 10 years. Ndimaona ngati mwina chaka chamawa anthu amene achati atulutsa kupite mbava zenizeni kumeneko.
Mwachitsanzo Brian, kodi ku State House current budget anaipatsa 45 billion kwacha. Brian, yachani ndalama imene 45 billion kwacha State House ikupanga nayo cha ku office ya president anaipatsa kandi 43 billion kwacha current budget apanga nayo chani. Ndalama zimene zijazo zimaina zipite ku ma district. Ine my proposal
Palinkhani apa kuti mega farm unit crippled, facing funding gaps, owes suppliers 33 billion kwacha. Palinkhani imene akunena kuti inu tikudziwa kuti the former president adziko lino Dr. Lazarus Makathe Chakwera adayambitsa za mega farm kuti mdziko muno lidzitha kupanga chakudya chochuluka komanso mwina china nkumagulitsa.
And we need to feel sorry for our people. I speak passionately because I'm feeling sorry for people that are not eating. I'm feeling sorry for a vendor who was displaying 5 vehicles, buying using Malawi kwacha. Today cannot display a single car in area 18. Today they are begging for food. People that were self-sustainable. We need to bring solutions. This house was made to bring solutions to Malawians. That's why Malawians cannot come here. 21 million Malawians are looking at
nokhala wajira amene okhala wodeka amene akuzowa kuti amalawi akufuna chani sakwe nokhala wambiri yoyipa boma limamanga likongoti lamanga leader of opposition ngati mukutenga leader of opposition okuti walemera mosaziwika wachita bwino mosaoneka ali ndi milandu ndi amwenye ali ndi chani tidzaononga dziko lino amakhala chete boma ndikumanga ndi makhazika chete and DPP pankhani yomangana kufuna kufufuza munthu ilibe masewera si panga za kutchalichi DPP matsata malamulo ndipo sankha leader of opposition kumene muone wambiri yabwino zina yakukulu matulu ndikulera ngati mukutsekula kupereka ndipo kutekula mana chita tukalangale kwa msipi muzienda ni matuthi brush paliponse serious
musafika kumeneko
amwene ngati ino mu msipi mumalamulira makutchalichi mwachipentepente na DPP kongoti iweyo kukuganizidwa kuti waba imafufuza ndipo ikamanga ndipo mlandu wache umayenda sana muzienda ukonzeka muzasazikira pakazanu mukamachoka day sindikuziwa kuti ndigona kuno kapena ndikagona kuseni
Steve ngani
ndiko opposition sakwena okhala hotel omata kusazika kumasazikira pakazaka akazaka mukuzuwa paja ine mwenye uja mukuzuwa ineyo nawe ndesiri kuzoti lero ndigona kuno kapena ndikagona kuseo omakhale wa clean sheet ngati mpira
Steve mwamita utali kwambiri ngati mwina kufunsani it was a simple issue leader of opposition zenda matuthi brush muzileka kuti
sibanga yabwerai silamula dziko
mwa
ngati mwakutchalichi
imalamula dziko ngati
kuti mwagwira mchigololo kumati akhululukireni awa sabanga nawo ndefu afunika DPP sibanga nawo.
Hello guys, welcome back to Auntie Yummy TV. How are you? How are you doing? Thank you very much for your ongoing support and love. How are you doing, my fellow Malawians? Today we are back. Why is your auntie back? It's just because I told you several times that this channel is about exposing. That exposure, let me tell something, is working, because one day you are going to come here and thank me for what I'm doing. Because if we keep quiet and concentrate on what is happening now much, we are going to forget everything. But we have to remind them of their atrocities. We must remind them of their corruption, because it might seem just like a joke today, but you don't know. Because the more we are going to expose this MCP and their fake pastor, Chakwera, you see that DPP also will learn their mistakes and do the right thing. Hang on. The other day I said, please, the new government, don't ever accept these vampires to join your party. Recently, one of their own members of DPP, what did he say? They do watch these channels. They watch and listen. This is how we can do it, Malawians. Without doing this, without giving pressure, without reminding them, nothing is going to happen, because they will believe that you Malawians now, you are satisfied, and they'll feel more comfortable. But this channel, whether you like it or not, I'm not going to come here and praise. No. I'm here to remind them that there are people in those prisons around Malawi who just stole, might be 2 chicken, might be just 2 mangoes, might be they just stole 100 kwacha, but they have been charged. They are serving prisoner sentence. But those people, like the Chakweras and his group of vampires, they are out there doing nothing and sitting on our own taxpayers' money. Malawians, I'm telling you the truth. This is not the time to let them lay those eggs and hatch. We don't have time to let them hatch. That's why I'm here to remind them. I know the government is busy to deal with a priority. But never mind. Auntie Yami will continue, and the others out there, to expose. That exposure is reminding them, reminding the new government that, you know what, we are not interested in this. We've been watching from far. We've been watching and keep quiet because we were scared. But now is the time for us. We want justice. Hey, Malawians. You know, I decided to play these few videos for a reason. Because this outgoing government of this Chakwera, those people were liars. They told us and promised us not to panic about the fuel. Oh, everything will be fine. Oh, we know you are hungry, everything will be fine. But they were reminded. There were brave people in that parliament, like you've just heard the gentleman, reminding them how Malawians are dying, Malawians are starving, Malawians, I'm telling you, unemployment, you name it. But hey, today is not much about that. I'm gonna connect it with something that you want to believe. You know, towards your election, do you know what happened? The budget which was given to Chakwera at the State House and the office of the President and Cabinet, you want to believe, it was 45 billion kwacha. Some ministers, some members of parliament questioned it, but they did not listen. And then that was State House budget, 45 billion kwacha. The same State House where now everything is destroyed. 45 billion kwacha. Where is that money? What about OPC budget? 43 billion Malawi kwacha. Hey, is it about that? No, Malawians. I'm telling you, I feel so bad. I wish someone can just get these vampires and get them charged, because these figures, every time they are making me having sleepless night. I'm like, why can't someone just stand up and get them to pay back this money? Because these people are rich. As we are talking, maybe they buried some of their monies they were stealing. Some of them they disappeared already. They are not in the country. But we need justice, because that bloodsucker, the fake plastic pastor, is still in the country. They need to be brought to justice. That's what we need. These prisons are not for us poor people. They are for these big fishes who are thieves. For us to believe and trust that the new government is dealing with corruption, these issues have to be sorted out and justice has to be brought for us to see that they are doing something. I'm saying this with my full chest. I'm so angry because Malawians, you've suffered. They've destroyed the economy. Do you know that those mega farms unit, they are owing them 33 billion Malawi kwacha? What happened? Did each and every one of you farmers got that funding? No. I can understand why people are worried about the maize prices. But at the end of the day, we have to think both sides of the coin, because there are poor Malawians out there. There are some regions in Malawi. People are so hungry. People are suffering. I don't think this government has to repeat to make people eat poison roots and die. That's why I even big them up, because first thing they've thought about Malawians' stomach and their families. Anyway, if I say Malawians, I'm including kids, what, you name it. But is that all? My people, that corrupt government has left Malawi in trouble, in deep debt, rather than the new government thinking about paying off the debt. Do you know what is going to happen? It will be very difficult, because there is a lot. It's not only that. Zambia supplier has sued Malawi government because that previous so-called vampires with their fake pastor, they were owing money and there was an agreement, but they did not fulfill that. It's not easy money. They purchased 2 aircrafts. Malawians, if I say to you, don't listen to them when they are telling you, you know what, this one is even worse, this government. You see now, this is, the price is up. Or the price of this, they are lying to you. There is a lot to do. Because those vampires, the bloodsuckers, they left this government, Malawi government, with nothing. They ate, because do you know what? Most of the donors quitted. They left. They say, you know what? You cannot run a government. You are so corrupt, Chakwera, and your government. We are done with you. Then they started approaching neighbors. And the neighbors, our cousins from Zambia, trusted them. Like how now we are ordering maize from Zambia. They are trusting us as our brothers and sisters. But in months to come, maybe Malawi government has to not abide with the agreement. What will happen? Are they going to trust us? That's what has been happening with the previous government. These people have got something to answer, because by what they did, Malawians will suffer. What is going to happen? We are going to continue borrowing, just to survive, because they've left us in debt. Let me explain to you about the aircraft. Maybe you don't understand what happened. I'm gonna read, and this is even already online. There is no secret in this world, because nowadays technology is improvised. This is the 21st century. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you very much to you, all my subscribers, both returning and new. Let's see and expose them as we read and explain to you, so that you can be aware. Most of all these things, I know you did not know what was happening, because those people, they keep secrets. Even when they suck your blood secretly, they'll keep secrets. They'll be lying about mosquitoes or whatsoever. Let me tell something. This is how I'm gonna put it. They are dangerous anopheles mosquitoes. They are evil. If you did not get rid of them, they will suck your blood, and you'll be dying like there's no tomorrow. They'll be arresting you like there's no tomorrow. AYA Technologies Limited, a Zambian company, signed a contract with the Malawi government on 18th July 2024. That was July 20, after they destroyed that aircraft. After they Kipai Saulos Chilima, July, they wanted to repress. Why did they do that? Because they knew that, they knew that these aircraft are very expensive. They didn't have anyone to give them for free. Now they have to corrupt this company, Zambian company, our neighbors. With 18th of July 2024, to purchase 2 Bell 412 helicopters. Total contract value US dollars 9.29 million. The helicopters were reportedly grounded since 2013 to 2014, and technical inspection raised concerns over their airworthiness. You see, they purchased 2 grounded, not performing, grounded aircraft for that amount, just because they wanted to continue keeping people who are using it. You see how these people were vampires. They enjoyed ending other people's lives, like how they did with Saulos Chilima. May his soul continue to rest in peace, as we still know that his spirit is closer, watching how Malawi is running. And that spirit is with us. AYA says Malawi breached the contract by failing to pay half of the contract sum within a week for signing, despite an initial advance payment over US 500,000. They breached. If you breach the contract, there are some consequences. You see how silly they were. That's why I was telling you, the budget for State House, 45 billion, but they couldn't take some of the money there and pay here. This is how evil they were to make Malawians suffer. The budget for State House, 43 billion towards the election. All these figures. But they couldn't think about this because they didn't care. AYA has taken the matter to the International Court of Arbitration, Paris. They are asking for either compliance with contract, i.e. delivery, payment under the terms, or damages for the breach, including interest and arbitration costs. Malawi Attorney General's office has reportedly filed counterclaim aiming to recover the US $500,000 in advance payment. So far, I don't know if it has been paid, because that time with them they thought they were winning. They are going to be back. And they did not care that, oh, you know what? When Malawians chose us, because we know Malawians, they don't use common sense, they'll choose us again because they took you for granted. And they were dancing your music because they thought you'd be just performing for them to dance for free, to eat and suck your blood without using common sense. They also aim to terminate the contract, citing multiple technical and legal breaches by AYA. One of the main issues being that the helicopters were not airworthy. So silly are they silly people. And they are 419s. They are fraudsters. They were fraudsters. They knew already that those aircrafts were grounded. Why are they making that excuse afterwards? You see how these vampires were very demonic. In the arbitration tribunal rules in favor of AYA, exactly, because even the tribunal will rule in favor of AYA, because even the tribunal knew that these people, these vampires, are crazy, are not okay. Malawi may be required to pay the full contract sum, $9.29 million, whether those aircraft are grounded. Malawi has to pay. Just imagine. This money is your taxpayers' money. You are the one who is going to pay this. And this money is nothing to do with those vampires. Now, this issue is going to affect the new government. Then you are listening to some of those prostitutes, political prostitutes, who are telling you, trying to lie to you Malawians that this government here, oh, they cannot do this, they cannot do this. This is $9.29 million. Not Malawi kwacha. Malawi kwacha is billions of money, plus damages and legal arbitration cost. On the other hand, if Malawi's counterclaim succeeds, they may avoid paying the full sum, depending on judgment about contract validity, advanced payment, and technical defects. Arbitration in Paris with Malawi required to respond by 16 September 2025. Already, as we are talking, it's already been done. But the new government, I can understand. They'll say, for the meantime, give us some time, because we have just taken this over, this government. Now we have to check the books, because we don't know. Those people, they did not even do proper handover because they were hiding. They were hiding all these files. Let's see and continue. According to media reports, the International Court of Arbitration has set 16 September 2025 as the deadline for Malawi government to file an answer or response. You see? Now, who is going to file this response? It's the new government. This is what I'm saying to you. That money was meant to sort out something, Malawians. I'm not here to back the new government, but this is why I'm saying to you, I'm here to expose the evil of the past government, MCP. The government who is always known for occupying. Maybe some of you don't know occupy. I don't want to be using those names just because you know YouTube. But at the end of the day, occupy, go and check occupy. They are good at destroying, ending people who will say no to them. Even as I am exposing them, I can understand why you Malawians, you wasn't even exposing them. You wasn't even paying attention to what they were doing. Because if you do that, maybe they will end your life. But the youth, don't get scared. I'm telling you this. Be the martyrs. Fight. Be the cadets. Fight. You see how Julius Marema fights. Fight. You see how you've got what? I've seen this man. What's the name of this man? You remind me. They fight. They fight. I've seen Malawians who are fighting. Join in and fight. AYA is not simply suing for the full. AYA is not simply suing for the full 9.29 million US dollars. Their main claim is that Malawi breached the contract by failing to pay 50% of the contract price within the agreed time frame after making in an advance of US 500,000 US dollars. 500,000 US dollars. They are seeking US 4.64 million US dollars plus interest, cost, and damages. The company also demands Malawi either comply with the contract, i.e. deliver, pay, or compensate them. And that time, I don't know if he's still there, you are going to remind me. The Attorney General Office, led by Tambo Chakaka Nyilenda, has filed counterclaims seeking they recover the 500,000 US dollars advanced payment and to formally terminate the contract on ground of technical and legal breaches by AYA. You see? Attorney General has got questions to answer. Because at the end of the day, how did they purchase grounded aircrafts, and 2 of them? Then now, because they cannot fulfill what they agreed, they are claiming that they have to get back the money and return the aircrafts. Guys, if you go somewhere, then someone is telling you, this car is grounded. You know yourself that that car on a maintenance is going to take a lot of money. Or is going to consume a lot of money. Why would you continue or proceed to purchase that car? Then afterwards, because you did not pay the agreed payment, the next payment, then you are making excuses that, do you know what? Oh, this car was grounded the time I was buying, and now we want our money back. This is what MCP and their people used to think. They used to take Malawians for granted. This is taking Malawians for granted. Taking people for granted, Malawians. Thank God they are not there, but at the end of the day, we want God to help us so that these people, justice has to be made. We cannot continue suffering, Malawians. That money was meant to change something. That money was meant to feed that family who lost their lives. That money was meant to feed that child who is now very ill, might be lost their life because there was no medication in hospitals. That money was meant to help that malnourished child out there. That money was meant to get you 1 youth, 2 youths employment. That money was meant to end poverty or eradicate poverty. But you see how these vampires, how they were spending your money, how they enjoyed dancing the music without thinking that, do you know what? That flow is for everyone to enjoy. They really enjoyed. I've been giving you figures. Those figures, I got them online. There is more to expose. That's why I'm saying to you, come and watch and listen. I'm just giving you a clue on what has been happening. Because we don't have proper understanding. That's why they can just come because they are so greedy and tell us how we can just go and protest on the street. We need to know why are we doing it. But why is it happening? Why is it that it's only Malawi who is suffering like this? Our neighbors in Zambia, the economy changed. Even if some are suffering, but at the end of the day, you cannot compare Malawians, how Malawians have suffered. Why is it that it's not even Tanzania? Why is it that it's not even Mozambique, where Mozambique every time they suffer, there's also fighting whatsoever? Why is it that it's not Zimbabwe? Because the Zimbabwe economy went bankrupt after all these Western countries turned against Mugabe. Zimbabwe suffered, the dollar suffered, but now Zimbabwe is becoming one of the fast growing economy. Why is it that it's always Malawians? How long are we going to believe in Malawi and just go to South Africa and be killed sometimes or be treated like slaves with this, what you call this, mistreated sometimes? How long are we going to lose our lives, Malawians? Because we want to go to South Africa and work. Because even Malawians now, we want to go to Mozambique and work. Or we want to go to Zambia and work. How long are Malawians going to suffer with Operation Dudura? These are the signs where they don't want us. But don't you think one day, if these our leaders will deliver for Malawi and stop this corruption, don't you think one day people will choose Malawi over South Africa, over Zambia, over Mozambique, over Tanzania to come and work in Malawi? When is it going to happen? Malawi has the resources. Malawi has the beauty. Malawi has the tourist, destinations where these tourists, they can come there. Malawi has got the warm heart of Africa. But for how long are these leaders going to bribe and treat us in this way? This is what I'm asking. Then, if we want that, we have to expose. We cannot move on and forget this, because that 5 years suffering is like 20 years. Because how many souls have disappeared just because of these greedy animals, the blood suckers? Malawians, this is the time. I've explained to you about all this. We will continue to update you about what has been happening. Because let's not waste our time to be saying, oh, we have to move on. Now we have to check. No. It's not even 100 days. Wait. We need to know where our money is. Because some of us, we always think that when the new government has taken over, there is money. There is a lot of money. Why are you not providing jobs? Oh, you promised us this, you promised us this. They were promising you because they did not know what was happening. What they knew that people are corrupt. That's why Michael Usi went there for a short time. He said, no, there is corruption there. But no one listened to him. There is corruption there. Saulo Stima said, they are corrupt. Joyce Banda said, no. People are suffering. People were talking about it, but they were deaf because they thought their God, who is the devil, will give them the next 5 years. They dreamed in hell that we are going to stay here for life because they thought they were Dr. Banda, who was there for life. There's nothing for life. I'm telling you this now. There is nothing for life. They want to be another Dr. Banda, who was the life president. It's not going to happen in this democracy. No. Those are the days and they are gone. That's why they made that big mistakes. They cheated you, Malawians. They destroyed Malawi. Malawi is bankrupt. I'm telling you, Malawi is... If they were there, the next 5 years, Malawi will be destroyed completely. Now, they have to start from all over again. Borrowing there. That's what it means, tough times, Malawians. There will be still tough times. Whether you change the government, whether you I don't know, whether you protest, the more you protest, the more you are destroying your economy, Malawians. I'm telling you this now, because these figures by itself, those people, they drained. Everything is in their pocket. They really enjoy the last budget. Almost 88 billion Malawi kwacha. All those deaths, you name it. About the 2 aircrafts with AYA. There's more. Soon, all these figures will be increasing, Malawians. Will be increasing because we don't know the truth. They have to tell. The more this government are checking their books is when they are going to be discovering all these deaths. Then you see people like Jessica Bwira standing out there, Mumba, who you name them, talking rubbish. Oh, 2030. You are thinking about 2030. Why? Malawians want the answers? Malawians. Are you all that thick for you to be supporting them? I've seen some of the people, 2030, we have to choose them. Yeah, really? Hey, don't be cheated. Because even the ones who are now trying to turn against their leader, Chakwera, they were there. They were also eating. But today, they want to come out there like, we are the better one. We are the better one. We can run the government. Don't be cheated. They are all the same. Unless there's new blood. Otherwise, if you continue to believe them that they've changed, you have to do that until all these figures, that money will be recovered. Might be as we are talking, they destroy this. But they cannot destroy God. God of Malawi one day will remind them justice will prevail because they cannot hide. Thank you very much. God bless you abundantly very much. Don't forget to watch this video from the beginning until the end. As you subscribe, like, comment, and share, shower your love with subscription, likes, and don't forget to comment. We are here to expose the vampires, the blood suckers. If I say blood suckers, vampires, they've been sucking your money, Malawians, your taxpayers' money, and we cannot say that we are calling them vampires. These vampires, they need to be brought to justice. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much once again to all my subscribers, both returning and new subscribers, for your love and support. See you tomorrow in another one. Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.